Mindfulness meditation. That is what my channel is supposed to be all about. I got turmeric all over my mustache. Yum. So, if you started mindfulness meditations, one of the things that you might have come across, and the question I've gotten most recently, is a sense of exhaustion, especially if you've experienced other forms of meditation, mantra-based meditations, breath work. That exhaustion that comes along with mindfulness meditation in particular doesn't tend to come along with some of those other practices. You end a mantra-based practice, or you end a breath work practice, or qigong, yoga, any of those other meditation practices, and you usually feel just calm, which you still feel at the end of a mindfulness practice, but you oftentimes also feel more energized. After a mindfulness practice, it is very common, especially when you first start the practice, to feel a sense of just complete and utter exhaustion. And the reason for that is because you're actually flexing a mental muscle during mindfulness-based meditation practices. You are working out in a sense. You are doing repetitions the whole time you're doing a mindfulness-based exercise. So mindfulness, just in its core, is essentially having an anchor, having a focus specifically on the anchor. Oftentimes it's the sensation of the breath throughout the practice. And throughout your practice, you're going to notice that you're distracted, that you're no longer focused on the anchor. And then you'll have your opportunity for your repetition, which is to pull that attention back to the present moment. And that action takes energy. That noticing takes energy. So each time that you catch your attention somewhere that you don't want it, you get the opportunity to do the rep of bringing your attention where you want it, when you want it. And so you start developing this muscle that gives you the ability to focus on what you want when you want to. This is useful in sports, this is useful in relationships, this is useful in your job, and it's one of the reasons mindfulness meditation itself can be so beneficial, is because it is training your ability to pay attention when you want to pay attention, despite getting distracted, because you're gonna keep getting distracted. And what you're learning throughout mindfulness meditation is how to notice you're distracted so that you can bring your attention back to what you want to focus on, because it's inevitable that you're gonna get distracted. But sitting and doing this as an exercise for 5 to 15 to 20 minutes is an exercise. You are working out your mind. You are taking energy to do this. You're not just saying the same phrase over and over and over again for 15 to 20 minutes, or just doing some movements. You are actively catching yourself thinking and having to bring this attention back to the anchor, catching yourself thinking, having to bring yourself back to this anchor, catching yourself distracted, having to bring yourself back to the anchor over and over and over again. And it is a workout. So if you are exhausted at the end of a mindfulness meditation, you should be. Second, if you're starting to get to the point where you're so exhausted during your practice that you want to stop, mindfulness meditation is one of those where maybe you should. And I don't mean stop altogether. I just mean stop that practice that day. If you're pushing 5 minutes and it's starting to feel like, oh, this is too much, it might be. Just start slow with mindfulness meditations. It is a workout. You are not just doing something casual. You might think you're just sitting there doing nothing. You're not. You are working out. And so you wouldn't go to the gym, your first time going to the gym, and sit there and try and do, 400 reps of the bar. You just wouldn't. You'd be exhausted, and maybe you could do 400 reps of just the bar, maybe not. My point is, start small, start slow, start where you can, gradually increase how much mindfulness meditation you can do as you grow this muscle. If you try and push your sessions too long, too early, before you're ready for it, you'll burn out. You'll get maybe 2-3 days in, and each day it'll be that much harder to start, because you'll be you won't be regretting it. You'll be really not looking forward to it. So be easy on yourself. Do realize that mindfulness meditation is a workout. Treat it like one. And you will grow that muscle. It'll get bigger. You'll get better at being able to pay attention. Not only will your mindfulness meditations become easier, but you'll find even paying attention to the people and things in your life to be so much easier, and you'll find it to be so much more rewarding. You'll suddenly have this moment where you're really able to connect with your partner, your friends, and those moments will be priceless. So keep on trucking, keep on keeping on. Mindfulness meditation for life. I love y'all. Peace.